Hey guys, let's dive into SplitEQ by Eventide. Right, so what's so special about this EQ? Well, it's the fact that they are allowing us to separate the transients and the tonals. So have a listen to this.
Nobody's gonna love you. Nobody's gonna love you. 'Cause somebody's gonna love you. Gonna love you. Oh.
Right, so you can already appreciate the fact that we can have different things to do with the transients than the tonal. For example, in this vocal track, I would like to attenuate some of the plosives and other artifacts, and that's a great way to do so. So let's again look at what we've got. So we have transients, we have the tonals, we can audition solo each of them separately. We can see the curves here, and we see the different bands. So we can actually listen, we can actually audition different bands here in this EQ. So let's have a closer look.
Oh, yeah. No, don't go thinking that nobody's gonna love you. Nobody's gonna love you. 'Cause somebody's gonna love you.
Right, so what I'm doing here is, first of all, I'm focusing on a specific band of frequencies, and I'm also soloing individually the transients and the tonals, and we can do this here with this control. So when I'm hovering on top of this, if I'm in the middle here with this gray, I'm just soloing the band.
Love you.
And if I'm going for left, the green, I'll get to solo the band transient, or the blue one is the solo band tonal.
Gonna love you. Oh,
right, and you can see that I've chosen to really take care of those frequencies here with the transient. I want to smooth things out. So this is again a very interesting way to go about treating vocals and other types of instruments. And let's see what else we have in this EQ. So first of all, we have all these bands here, and I'm not going into all the little details here, so you can click this and see that we have a lot of filter choices here, a lot of curves. We have 6 dB per octave and up to 96 dBs per octave. And then, of course, on the right here, we have the same, going from 6 dB per octave to 96 dB per octave. You can turn this on and off, and same goes here. And we can also have, for the individual bands here, we have different choices. So we have low shelf, peak notch, high shelf, tilt shelf, and band pass. And for each of them, we'll have the frequency. We also have here the amount. So for example, you can see that I'm just playing with that. And we also have the Q. And this goes for, separately for the transient and the tonal. So when I'm cutting things, I like to cut narrow, and when I'm boosting, I like to kind of be a little bit more broad, but there's no one rule, one way to do it. It all depends on what it is that you're trying to accomplish. So definitely a lot of control, but that's not all. So let me show you something else that this EQ can bring, and we're going to do this on a different track. So I'm going to close this, and I'm going to head over to something else.
no, don't go.
Right, so this is the drum track, and I've just placed split EQ on this bus here. So all the drums goes in, and what I wanted to show you is that we actually have two different ways to look at things. So this is the EQ kind of way. You can see it here, and you can click this button here and go into panning, and then the controls here change. So what's the difference? Again, this is the EQ, so you'll see all the different bands here with the frequencies and the amount of boosting or cutting, the Q factor. But if you go to pan, you see something else. This is a panner, and it is very interesting. So this is a stereo track, meaning that you can click this and go from stereo to mid-side panning. So when I'm in this mode, in mid-side, you see that we have the ability to widen or kind of collapse the stereo image of the transients and the tonals separately. So I might, go and say, okay, I don't want to have in the high area here, I don't want to have those transients go very wide. I want the tonal to be on the side. So this is what I can do here. I'm going to just collapse this into the mid, and with the tonals, I'm going to go wider. So let's have a listen to that. Everything is in the middle, and now let's widen this. Right, and let's choose some other band. Right, so this is very delicate, and it really depends on the material. So I'm going to show you this on another track. Right, this is just the transients, and now let's listen just to the tonals. Wider and narrow. Right, so you can already appreciate the power of this EQ. Very interesting stuff. And we can also do some other things here, like, for example, bypass globally or just the EQ. And then we have analyzer here. We can go with pre or post. And there are some choices here for the analyzer. And so again, check out the user manual for more details. Best for time, better for time. So it's mostly about resource consumptions and how things behave. So that's that. And of course, they also included a lot of presets. Some of them are specific to repairing and enhancing. Some of them are choices of instruments. So let's see what we've got. We have repairs, vocals, for example, so we can control the B's or the S, soften plosive. So let's just have a look at that, see what the recommendation. It's always interesting to see the choices of presets baked in to the plugin. So I'm going back now to the vocals, and let's see what we've got. Right, so let's check out the presets that we have on the vocals here. So I'm going to click this, go for enhance, for example, vocals. So we have add vocal body. So you can see that we are enhancing the tonal while not really touching the transients. Let's move to the next one. So here, for example, this is add vocal clarity. And of course, it's not the only move you need to do. It really depends on the type of vocals that you have. What we see here is that we are sort of widening the transients while focusing on the tonal, moving to the next one, angelic air. So it's kind of interesting to see. So the tonal is just enhanced just a bit. I mean, overall, just boosted a bit. And then we also have these peaks here, sort of going and taking the transients and giving them a lot of boost in order to sort of shine on them, those sparkles.
Nobody's gonna love you. Nobody's gonna love you. 'Cause somebody's gonna love you.
Right, so that's the idea here. Let's move to the next one. We have all these vocals here, the harmony. So let's go to harmony and add SplitEQ.
Gonna love you.
And enhance vocals, and we have female vocal bass. Let's listen to that.
Nobody's gonna love you. Nobody's gonna love you. Somebody's
Right, and what I can do here is I can actually go and enhance some of the stuff here further with the panning. So for example, I can go around here and go for mid side and do this. Just widening up these vocals. So that's the idea here.
Nobody's gonna love you. Nobody's gonna.
Let's do this. Let's put on this harmony also H94, the harmonizer, and we can go with the dual. Let's go crazy here, and let's see what we've got. So we have vocals, we have chorusing delay, vocal sweetener. Let's do that. And let's have a listen. So I'm going to focus here on this part. Right, very, very gentle. And backup singers.
Nobody's gonna love you.
All right, and that was SplitEQ by Eventide. I hope you enjoyed this one. Of course, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Like the video if you like it so far, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks and bye-bye.
Somebody's gonna love you. Gonna love you. Oh, you're tied to the heartache, but you don't even know you hold the key. Girl, you're making it much harder than it has to be. No, I know it's like your world is just caved in, and every single prayer you just wasted. But baby, there is beauty in the making, so